Good morning, friends. A 40-year-old lady underwent a subtotal hysterectomy for endometriosis. She developed urinary incontinence. We can see the fistulous opening in the supratrigonal area. This opening was communicated with the cervix anterior lip, where we can appreciate the wire coming from the anterior part of the leftover cervix. A ureteric catheter was passed over the guide wire to delineate the fistula site. You can see the high fistula coming from the cervical area. Then, as in our standard videos, we have injected the saline adrenaline in the perifistulous area. Then, a standard technique of marking and making the planes between the vaginal wall and the bladder using the Collins knife. We are using the bipolar Collins knife. We'll make a perifistulous incision, then we slightly and carefully deepen this incision, and with the hook, we try to just push the margins to increase the gap between the two surfaces. Wherever possible, this margins were deepened to see the detrusor fibers. Here we can see there are two fistulous openings. So these two fistulous openings were made one like we do in our any other surgeries. This both been combined and we can see a little bit a larger gap now. And there was a communicating area distally, which was again fulgurated and the separated. With our technique of holding the swagdent of the needle, we have put the our suture inside the bladder. Then, using our uniportal spine endoscope, you see this vision perurethral. Needle holder we are using is 3 mm needle holder. Suture material which is used in this case was a barb suture, 17 cm length. The vaginal area is being sutured, we can see here. Once we have done with the vaginal suturing. In this particular case, we have planned for an additional support that we see shortly. We have utilized using the T-cell from the Baxter to used as a tissue fibrinogen, and this is a deployed injector used in this pushing the fibrin glue after closing the vaginal part. We have utilized our 5 French needle, flexible needle through the cystoscope, and with the deploy ejector, this fibrinogen is injected over the suture line to form the coagulant and to give a supportive layer to the vaginal closure. This is how the coagulum is seen after injection of the tissue fibrinogen. Once this is completed, we have done a second layer of the bladder suturing. This suturing technique has been demonstrated in our videos in the past, how we can handle the needle inside the tissues with a single hand and with the needle holder. This barb suture, so it is getting tightened by itself. Once you are tightening it, you should decrease the bladder filling so that the mucosa gets approximated while you are tightening the barb suture. Once you have tightened it, you take few more or at least one more stitch beyond the suture line and take this little bit away from the suture line, and then we can cut it. Thank you.